Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a very important topic to talk about, and that is some historic actions the Trump administration has taken to target the Sinaloa Cartel, perhaps the worst drug cartel in the world. I'm also working on continuing to grow the facial hair out. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Let me know in the comments if you like the look, if I should let it grow out, if I should shave it. I love hearing your guys' opinion on that. Before we get into the historic actions taken against the Sinaloa Cartel, make sure to like and subscribe. Please comment with your thoughts below. It really helps us give a boost. It costs you guys nothing, makes you also a big part of the team. Hit the bell so you always know when there's a new video coming. And now let's get into it. Ever since returning to office, the Trump administration has made targeting the drug cartels in Mexico a major priority for his administration. These scumbags, these animals, these pieces of human trash have pushed their drugs into our country for decades with little to no consequences for us, ravaging our communities, inflicting pain and carnage and suffering on the great people of America. And President Donald Trump made it clear when he returned to office that he was going to put an end to this level of insanity. And while we haven't had any kinetic strikes just yet, while we haven't gone in with SEAL Team 6 or Delta Force and absolutely grease some of these cartel leaders, which is 100% what deserves to happen to them. These dudes are animals, they're terrorists, and they deserve to be treated like terrorists. And I think if you're watching this channel, you probably feel the exact same way. We can't let these scumbags get away with what they've done for far too long and hurt far too many Americans with their poison. So President Trump has been taking a lot of steps. We got spy flights, we've beefed up border security, we have the military down there, we have heavy equipment down there. They are deliberating and debating strikes into Mexico, which the Mexican government is pushing back against. However, we now have a major and historic move by the Trump administration when it comes to charging and targeting these cartel members as terrorists, which they 100% are. That includes terrorism-related charges that have now been filed against leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel, which opens up the toolbox. And when we catch these guys, and make no mistake about it, we will catch them, the penalties they will face will be of the worst kind you can imagine, the most severe kind you can imagine. We have a video clip here from U.S. Attorney Adam Gordon in California announcing the charges, breaking down and sending a clear message to these absolute atrocious humans. Let's roll the tape right now.
Let me be direct. To the leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel, you are no longer the hunters. You are the hunted. You will be betrayed by your friends. You will be hounded by your enemies. And you will ultimately find yourself and your fates here in a courtroom in the Southern District of California. An indictment which our office unsealed today is the first in the nation to charge multiple alleged leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel with narco-terrorism and material support of terrorism charges.
That's right, folks. If you want to behave like a terrorist, if you want to behave like a criminal who's hurting American citizens, then we are going to treat you as such. That's what we did to the people who attacked us on 9/11. That's what we do to people that target this country. You are a terrorist, and you will be dealt with in the harshest possible manner because that's what you deserve. And that is now what the United States government is doing with multiple leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel. This comes directly from the Department of Justice. This has never happened before. This type of move could have been taken when Biden was president. Obviously, he did not. President Trump has declared the cartels foreign terrorist organizations, FTOs, and that allows him to drop the hammer on them. Let me throw this up on the screen, part one of it for you from the Department of Justice. Let's get into the details. An indictment unsealed today is the first in the nation to charge alleged leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel with narco-terrorism and material support of terrorism in connection with trafficking massive amounts of, I can't even say the word, but it's the F drug, cocaine, meth, and heroin into the United States. Pedro Inzunza Noriega and his son Pedro Azusa Cornell are charged with narco-terrorism, drug trafficking, and money laundering as key leaders of the Beltran Levea organization, a powerful and violent faction of the Sinaloa Cartel that is believed to be the world's largest known, again, the F drug, production network. 5 other BLO leaders are charged with drug trafficking and money laundering. The indictment is a direct result of President Trump's executive order 14157, which designated the Sinaloa Cartel as a foreign terrorist organization, and the Secretary of State's subsequent designation of the same on February 20, 2025. The Sinaloa Cartel is a complex, dangerous terrorist organization, and dismantling them demands a novel, powerful legal response, said Attorney General Pam Bondi. Their days of brutalizing the American people without consequences are over. We will seek life in prison for these terrorists. So that's part one. That's who these guys are. That's what we are doing. We are treating them no different than we would treat Al-Qaeda or ISIS once they're taken into custody. They have every intention of locking these scumbags up. And that's if they take them into custody. We'll get into what happens if they resist here in a moment. Let me go ahead and throw this up on the screen. This is part 2. It says Pedro Azunza Noriega works closely with his son Pedro Azunza Cornell to produce and aggressively traffic the F drug to the United States, the government has alleged. Court documents indicate that together the father and son lead one of the largest and most sophisticated F drug production networks in the world. Over the past several years, they've trafficked tens of thousands of kilograms of the F drugs, that rhymes with retinol, into the United States. On December 3rd, 2024, Mexican law enforcement raided multiple locations in Sinaloa that are controlled and managed by the father and son and seized 1,500 kilograms, more than 1.65 tons of the F drug, the largest seizure of it in the world. So that is what this update is. They are going after these guys. They are charging them as terrorists because that's what they are. And if they are caught, or better yet, when they are caught, they will never see the light of day outside of a prison ever again. But let's get into where we might go from here, what happens if these guys resist, and what it means for Trump's war on the cartels to protect the American people. Let's get into that right now. These 2 terrorist scumbags still remain at large, but there is no doubt a significant search is not just underway for them, but all the other leaders of the Sinaloa Cartel and every other major drug cartel out there. The Trump administration has made it clear they are either going to capture these guys or they are going to take them out. And if, I promise you, when our shooters, American shooters, if they're sent in to get these guys, and if Mexico's smart, because right now Mexico's trying to put up a roadblock. Mexico is for some reason refusing to allow the United States military to come into Mexico and solve this problem for them. President Trump offered the Mexican government the opportunity to come in, take these guys out, make Mexico safe, make Mexico a much better country for everyone there. The Mexican government, for some reason, doesn't want our help. I'll let you guys read between the lines on that one and come away with your own conclusions. But I tell you this much, when our shooters get to Mexico, if these guys resist and they think they're going to win a gunfight against United States Special Operations Forces, if that's the route President Trump decides to take, they got another thing coming. They will wax these guys. They will absolutely grease them. And you know what? Quite frankly, that might be the best justice of all. Because we can bring them here and they can sit in a jail cell for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decades, whatever it might be. Or they can get a taste of their own medicine up close and personal at the hands of American operators. I'm sick and tired of these people hurting our communities. It boils my blood. And I want you to let me know in the comments right now what you think of these scumbags and how we should handle them. We cannot let these terrorists push their violence and poison into our country. And when we catch them, there should be no mercy. Mercy is for God to decide. It's our job to make sure they show up to the meeting on time. And that might sound crazy to people to hear, but this is essentially a de facto war we've been in with these people for a long time, and only now are we taking it seriously. And when you go to war with the United States, and you go to war with the United States public, you should expect no leeway, no mercy, no understanding, no forgiveness. That's not our job. It's our job to keep our people safe. And if that means that we have to take these people out by any means necessary, so be it. That's the cost of doing business when you're dealing with these people. They would take out all of us if it would make them a buck. They would not hesitate to destroy more families if it made them a little richer. So the gloves ought to be taken off. And we should tell Mexico, you're either with us or you're against us. Because I want these people either in handcuffs or a body bag. I have a preference for which one I prefer. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. But I'm glad to see this historic step that we are now treating these people as terrorists, which is exactly what they are, and hopefully the consequences for their actions are severe. Make sure to like and subscribe if you made it this far. It really helps boost the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Make sure to hit that bell so you never miss a video. And as always, I'll see you all next time.